too many of your biscuits just to taste that lovely jam.
Oh, then we'll be sure to send you over a jar.
Oh, no. You keep it right here. I insist. I want to be sure of having your biscuits with it.
Dr. Harper.
It is peaceful here, isn't it?
Yes, so peaceful.
The virtues of another day. They're all here in this house. The gentle virtues that went out with candlelight, good manners, and low biscuits, taxes.
Yes, it is one of the oldest houses in Brooklyn. It's just as it was when Grandfather Brewster built and furnished it. Except for the electricity. And we use that as little as possible.
Yes.
It was Mortimer who persuaded us to put that in.
Yes, I can understand that. Your nephew, Mortimer, the lad seems to live only by electric light.
Oh, he has to work so late, the poor boy. But you can't blame him for being upset about it. I understand he's taking Elaine to the theater with him tonight. Teddy, your brother Mortimer will be here a little while later.
Delighted.
Oh, we're so happy it's Elaine Mortimer takes to the theater with him.
Well, it is a new experience for me to wait up until 3 o'clock in the morning for my daughter to be brought.
Oh, Dr. Harper, I hope you don't disapprove of Mortimer.
Well...
Oh, we'd feel so guilty if you did. Mr. Martha and I, well, since we are responsible for your daughter meeting Mortimer.
Oh, of course, Miss Abby, of course. And so I'll say immediately that I believe Mortimer himself to be quite a worthy gentleman. But I have watched the growing intimacy between him and my daughter with some trepidation for one reason, Miss Abby.
His stomach, Dr. Harper.
Stomach?
Yes, his dyspepsia. He's bothered with his stroke, poor boy.
Oh, no. I'll be frank with you. I'm making reference, of course, to your nephew's unfortunate connection with the theater.
The theater? Oh, no, Dr. Harper. Why, Mortimer writes for a New York newspaper.
Oh, I know, Miss Abby, I know, but a dramatic critic is constantly exposed to the theater, and I don't doubt but what some of them do develop an interest in it.
Well, not Mortimer. You need have no fear of that. Why, Mortimer hates the theater.
Really?
Oh, yes, he writes terrible, awful things about the theater. But you can't blame him, poor boy. He was so happy writing about real estate, which he really knew something about.
Yes.
And then they made him go and take this horrible night position.
My.
But as Mortimer says, the theater can't last much longer anyway, and in the meantime, it's a living. Oh, I wonder who could that be? No, thank you, Teddy. I'll go.
Well, all right.
Oh, hello, Officer Brophy.
Good afternoon, Miss Brewster.
And how are you, Mr. Klein?
Very well, Miss Brewster.
What news have you brought me?
Colonel, we have nothing to report.
Splendid. Thank you, gentlemen. At ease.
You know Dr. Harper.
Sir. Hello, Dr. Harper.
Hey, officer.
We've come for the toys for the Christmas fund, Miss Brewster.
Oh, yes, that's so wonderful.
That's a splendid work you men do. Fixing up discarded toys to give poor children a happier Christmas.
Yeah, it gives us something to do when we sit around the station. You know, you get tired of playing cards, you start cleaning your gun. The first thing you know, you shot yourself in the foot.
Well, Teddy, why don't you run upstairs to your room and get that large box of toys for the nice officers? How is Mrs. Brophy today? Mrs. Brophy's been quite ill, Dr. Harper.
Pneumonia, I'm afraid. Oh, she's better now. A little weak still.
Oh, then I'll get you some beef broth to take to her.
Oh, don't bother, Miss Abby. You've done so much for her already.
Oh, it's no bother at all. We made it this morning. Mr. Moffat's taking some to Mr. Bazinski right now. Now you just sit down and make yourselves at home. I'll be back in a moment.
She shouldn't bother, you know. Listen, try to stop her sister from doing something nice, and for nothing. Hey, they don't even care how you vote.
When I received my call to Brooklyn and moved next door, my wife wasn't well. When she died, and for months before, well, if I know what absolute kindness and generosity are, it's because I've known the Brewster sisters.
Oh, Colonel! You promised not to do that.
But I have to call the
fine, thank you.
to get the release of those supplies.
He used to do that in the middle of the night. The neighbors raised Cain with this. They're a little afraid of him anyway, I think.
Oh, he's quite harmless.
Yeah, I suppose he does think he's Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, there's a lot worse people could think he was. Certainly it's a shame, though, a nice family like this hatching a cuckoo like Teddy. Well, his father, the old girl's brother, he was some sort of genius, wasn't he? And their father, Teddy's grandfather, seems to me I heard he was a little crazy, too. Crazy like a fox. He only made $1 million.
Really? Here in Brooklyn?
Yeah, patent medicine. He was a quack of some sort. Old Sergeant Edwards. He remembers them. He used the house here sort of as a clinic. Tried him out on people. Yeah, I hear he used to make mistakes occasionally, too. Well, the department never bothered him much because he was pretty useful on autopsies. Especially poison cases. Well, whatever he did, he left his daughters fixed for life. Thank God for that. Not that they ever spent any of it on themselves.
Yes, I'm well acquainted with their charities.
Hey, you don't know a tenth of it.
I don't.
When I was in the Missing Persons Bureau, we were trying to trace down this old man that we never did find. Did you know there's a renting agency that's got this house down on its list for furnished rooms?
I didn't know that.
They don't rent rooms. But you can bet that anybody comes here looking for a room goes away with a good meal and probably a few dollars in their pocket, too.
Oh, it's just their way of digging up some people to do some good to.
Oh, well, now, isn't this nice?
Hello, Miss Brewster.
How are you, Mr. Brophy? Dr. Harper.
Miss Martha?
Mr. Klein.
Hey, how are you, Miss Brewster? We just dropped by to get the Christmas toys.
Here's your beef, girl. Oh, Martha, you're back. How is Mr. Business? It's rather serious, I'm afraid. The doctor was there, and they're going to have to amputate in the morning. Can we be present? No. I asked the doctor, but he says it was against the rules of the hospital. But, here's your beef broth, Mr. Brophy. Now be sure it's good and hot.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Hey,
There you go, son.
this is fine. This will make a lot of kids happy. That old Molly boy, he just loves toy soldiers.
Well, that's General Miles. I've retired him. What's this? The Oregon.
Now, Teddy, put it back.
But the Oregon goes to Alaska.
Now, Teddy, behave yourself.
It's all right, man. You can hold on to it. We better run along anyway. Thanks a lot.
No trouble at all. Goodbye. Have a good
Fine.
day.
Well, I'd better be running along.
Charge the blockhouse!
The blockhouse?
Oh, yes. The stairs are always San Juan Hill.
Have you ever tried to convince him that he wasn't Teddy Roosevelt?
Oh, no. Oh, he's so happy being Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, yes, once a long time ago. Do you remember, Martha? Well, we thought if we would persuade him to be George Washington, that might be a change for him.
Why, he just stayed under his bed for days. He wouldn't be anybody.
I see.
And we'd much rather he be Teddy Roosevelt than no one at all.
Yes, of course. Well, if he's happy, and what's more, you're happy. We'll see that he signs these.
Well, what are these?
Oh, Dr. Harper's made arrangements for Teddy to go to Happydale Sanitarium after we pass on.
But why should Teddy sign any papers now?
It's all better to have it settled. If the Lord should take you both suddenly, well, we might not be able to get Teddy to convince himself, and that would mean an unpleasant legal procedure. Mr. Witherspoon understands that they're to be kept on hand until the time comes to use them.
Now, Mr. Witherspoon, who's he?
He's the superintendent at Happydale.
Oh, Dr. Harper's made arrangements for him to come meet Teddy tomorrow or the next day.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, I'd better be running along, or Elaine will be over here looking for me.
Oh, well, give our love to Elaine, Dr. Harper. And don't think harshly of Mortimer. Because he's a dramatic critic, well, someone has to do those things. you
Yes,
see.
I understand. Of
Well,
course.
have a good day, Dr.
Oh,
Harper.
yes, absolutely.
Hi. Did you have tea? Isn't it rather late?
Yes. And dinner's going to be late, too, dear. So, why? Teddy, I have very good news for you, dear. You're going to Panama to dig another lock for the canal.
Delighted. That's bully. Just bully. I self-prepared once for the journey. Excuse me. Charge!
While I was out.
Yes, dear, I couldn't wait for you. I didn't know when you'd be back and Dr. Harper was coming to tea.
Well, I'll just run right downstairs and see.
Oh, no, dear, there wasn't time. I was all alone.
Well?
Martha, take a look in the window seat. Well, who could that be? Come in.
Oh, Elaine.
Hello, Elaine.
How are you, Martha? Look at that dress. She looks so lovely, dear.
Thank you. I hope Mortimer likes you. Oh, I'm sure he will, dear.
Is Father not here?
Oh, no, he just this minute left. Didn't you meet him?
Oh, no, I took the shortcut through the cemetery.
Oh.
Mortimer hasn't come yet either.
No, dear.
Well, do you mind if I wait?
Oh, not at all.
Oh, come right in and have a seat, dear.
We really must speak to Mortimer about doing this to you.
right.
Oh, doing what?
He was brought up to know better. When a gentleman calls for a lady, he calls for her at her house.
Oh, well, there's something about calling for a girl at a parsonage that discourages any man who doesn't embroider.
Oh, still.
He's done this much too often. We're going to have to speak to him.
Oh, no, please don't. After young men whose idea of nightlife was taking me to prayer meeting. It's wonderful to go to the theater almost every night of my life.
Oh, well, it's encouraging for us, too, dear. If Mortimer has to see some of those plays, he has to see Aleta sitting next to a minister's daughter.
Yes. Oh, dear Elaine, what must you think of us? Look at this mess.
Well, don't you bother with this thing, Abby. When Mortimer gets here, I'll help you in the kitchen.
Oh, that's very good, dear.
Well, I'm going to run over and speak to Father. He was probably surprised not to find me at home.
Well, it's a shame you missed him, dear.
If Mortimer comes, you tell him I'll be right back. Hello, Mort.
Hello, Aunt Martha.
Abby, Mortimer's here.
And hello, Elaine. Were you going somewhere?
I was just running over to tell Father not to wait up.
I didn't know that was still being done, even in Brooklyn.
Mortimer! Oh, hello,
And
Mortimer. How are you, dear?
Fine, and how are you? You look well. You haven't changed much since yesterday.
Oh, well, it was yesterday, wasn't it? We're seeing a great deal of you lately, Mortimer. Can I take your coat,
please,
dear?
thank you.
Oh, why don't you come right over here and have a seat?
Abby, don't we have some things to do in the kitchen?
What?
You know, the tea things.
Oh, the tea things, yes. We have to attend to the tea things. And if you'll excuse us, just make yourselves at home. Yes, just make yourselves at home.
Well, can't you take a hint?
No, that was pretty obvious. A lack of inventiveness, I should say.
Yes, that's exactly what you'd say.
So where do you want to go for dinner?
Oh, I don't care. I'm not very hungry.
Well, I just had breakfast. Suppose we wait until after the show?
Well, that'll make it pretty late, won't it?
Not with the little stinker we're seeing tonight. From what I've heard about it, we'll be at Blake's by 10 o'clock.
Oh, Mortimer, you really ought to be fair to these plays.
Elaine, are these plays fair to me?
Well, I've never seen you walk out on a musical before. Musicals somehow have a humanizing effect on you. When we see a serious play, we join the proletariat in the subway. But when we see a musical, then you take me home in a taxi. And you make a few passes.
Oh. For a minister's daughter, you sure know a lot about life. Where'd you learn it?
In the choir loft.
I've never been able to rationalize it.
What?
My falling in love with a girl who lives in Brooklyn.
Falling in love? You're not stooping to the articulate, are you?
The only way I can regain my self-respect is to keep you in New York.
Did you say keep?
No. I've come to the conclusions that you're holding out for the legalities.
Oh, I can afford to be a good girl for quite a few years yet.
And I can't wait that long. Where could we be married? In a hurry? Say tonight.
Well, I'm afraid Father will insist on officiating.
Oh, God, I bet your father could make even the marriage service sound pedestrian.
Well, are you by any chance writing a review of it?
Forgive me, darling. It's an occupational disease. I may give that play a good review after all.
Now, darling, don't pretend you love me that much.
Be sure to tell your father not to wait up tonight.
Oh, I think I'd better tell him to wait up.
I'll telephone Winchell to publish the banns.
Nevertheless.
All right. Everything formal. And everything legal. Elaine Harper, will you marry me?
Oh, Mortimer! I'll talk it over with Father and set the date.
No, wait. We'll have to see what's in rehearsals. There'll be a lot of other first nights in October.
Hello, Mortimer.
Hello, Mr. President. How are you?
Bully, thank you. Just bully. What news have you brought me?
Just this, Mr. President. The country is squarely behind you.
Yes, I know. Isn't it wonderful? Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Mortimer.
Goodbye,
Where are
Teddy.
you off to, Teddy?
Panama.
Panama's the cellar. Teddy digs locks down there for the canal.
Oh, you're so sweet with him.
Well-
And he's so fond of you.
Teddy was always my favorite brother.
Your favorite? Were there more of you?
Yes, there's another brother, Jonathan.
Well, I've never heard of him. Your aunt's never mentioned him.
We don't like to talk about him too much. You see, Jonathan had to leave Brooklyn very early, by request. Jonathan was the type of boy who liked to cut worms in two with his teeth.
What became of him?
I don't know. He wanted to be a doctor like grandfather, but he wouldn't go to medical school.
And his practice kind of got him into trouble.
Oh, are you still here? Well, aren't you going to be late for the theater?
No, we're going to skip dinner. We won't have to leave for about 30 minutes.
Oh, well, I'll just leave you two alone again.
Oh, don't bother, darling. Father was probably surprised not to find me at home. He always likes to pray over me a little before we go out.
Pray?
I'll be right back. I'll just cut to the cemetery.
Elaine, if the prayer doesn't last too long, I might have time to lead you beside distilled waters.
Why, Mortimer, that's the first time I've ever heard you quote the Bible. Oh, I knew Elaine would be a good influence on you, dear.
By the way, Aunt Abby, I'm going to marry her.
Marry her? Oh, darling. Oh, this is wonderful. Martha, Martha, come quick. I have the most wonderful news for you. Elaine and Mortimer are going to be married. Married? Oh, Mortimer, that's so wonderful. We always hoped it would happen just like this. Oh, Elaine must be the most happiest girl in the world. It's so sweet.
Come here. Just look at her. Look at her leaping over those gravestones. Say, what's that? Look, look.
What, dear?
That statue there. You see it? That's a Horndina Carnina.
Oh, no, dear. That's Emma B. Stout's sending to heaven.
No, no, no. On Mrs. Stout's left ear. That bird. That's a red-crested swallow. I've only seen one of those before in my entire life.
Oh, really, Mortimer? I don't see how you can be thinking of a bird at a time like this. What with Elaine and the engagement and all?
It's a vanishing species. Thoreau was very fond of them. Which reminds me, I left a large envelope around here last week that contained one of my chapters in my book on Thoreau. Have you seen it?
Well, if you left it here, it must be here somewhere. Well, what's your plans? When are you getting married, dear? Surely there's something else you can tell us about Elaine.
About Elaine?
Yes.
Oh, Elaine thought it was brilliant.
What was, dear?
My chapter on Thoreau.
Well, when Elaine gets back, we should have a little celebration. Yes, we must drink to your happiness. Is there any more of that Lady Baltimore cake in the kitchen? Oh, yes, there is. And I'll open a bottle of wine. And this thing can happen in this very room.
Now, where could I put that?
Well, with your fiancé sitting beside you tonight, I certainly hope that the play is something you can enjoy for once, Mortimer. Maybe it will be something romantic. What's the name of it, dear?
Murder Most Foul.
Oh, dear.
When the curtain goes up, the first thing the audience will see is a dead body. Oh, my. Aunt Abby?
Yes, dear.
You know, we were going to make plans for Teddy to go to that sanitarium, Happydale.
Oh, yes, dear, that's all been arranged. Dr. Harper brought the papers this morning. Martha, where did you put those papers, Dr. Oh, it's right in the roll top, dear. Oh.
He's got to sign them right away.
Oh, that's what Dr. Harper thinks. That way there won't be any legal difficulties after we pass on.
No. He's got to sign them right away this minute. He's down in the cellar. Go and get him.
Oh, there's no such hurry as all that. No, dear. When Teddy's digging locks for the canal, you can't get his mind on anything else.
No, I'm telling you, he's got to sign them tonight.
Mortimer, how can you say such a thing? Why, we will never be separated from Teddy as long as we live.
Darlings, I'm frightfully sorry. But I have some shocking news for you. Now, stop. Put that down. We've all got to try to keep our heads. Now, you know we've always tried to humor Teddy because we thought he was harmless.
Why, he is harmless, dear.
No, he was harmless. That's why he has to be confined. That's why he has to sign these papers right now.
Mortimer, why have you turned against Teddy? Your very own brother.
Well, you're going to find out later. It might as well be now. Teddy's killed a man.
Oh, nonsense, dear. Oh, Mortimer, really?
No. There's a body in the window seat.
Yes, dear, we know.
You know?
Oh, yes, dear. And it has nothing to do with Teddy. Now, Mortimer, just forget it. Just forget you ever saw the gentleman.
Forget?
Well, we never dreamed you'd peek.
But who is he? What happened to him?
His name is Hoskins, dear. Adam Hoskins. That's all I really know about him, except for He's a Methodist.
What? Well, what happened to him? How did he get in there?
He died.
Aunt Martha, men just don't get in the window seats and die.
Oh, no, Mortimer. He died first.
Well, how did he die?
Mortimer, don't be so inquisitive, dear. The gentleman died because he drank some wine with poison in it.
Well, how did the poison get in the wine?
Well, we put it in wine because it's less noticeable. But it's in tea. It has a distinct odor.
You put the poison in the wine?
Yes, and then I put Mr. Hopkins in the window seat because Dr. Harper was coming to tea.
So you knew what you'd done. You didn't want Dr. Harper to see the body.
Well, not at tea. That wouldn't have been very nice. Now, Mortimer, just forget the whole thing. Forget all about it. I do think Martha and I have the right to our own little secret. Yes, and don't you go telling Elaine either. That's right. Oh, Abby, while I was out, I stopped in on Mrs. Schultz, and she's doing much better. Oh, does she? We're like to do movies again. Well, we'll do that tomorrow or the next day, dear. Yes, but this time we're going to go see what we want to go see. Junior's not going to drag me to another one of those scary pictures. That's true, dear. That was an awful picture last week. I just couldn't.
But you, hey, I soon home. Oh, this can't be happening. That can't be real. Ouch! Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, come in here.
Yes, dear.
What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
What are we going to do about what, dear?
There's a body in there.
Yes, dear, Mr. Hoskins.
I make you... I can't turn you over to the police. But what am I going to do?
Well, for one thing, dear, stop being so excited. Yes, and for pity's sake, stop worrying. We told you to forget the whole thing.
Forget? Can't I make you realize something has done about this?
Now, Mortimer, you behave yourself. You're much too old to be flying off the handle like that.
But Mr. Hotchkiss...
Hopkins, dear.
Well, whatever his name is, you can't just leave him in there.
We don't intend to, dear. Oh, no, Teddy's in the cellar digging a lock for the canal.
You're going to bury Mr. whatever his name is in our cellar?
Well, of course, dear. That's what we did with all the others.
You can't bury Mr. Others?
The other gentlemen.
When you say others, do you mean like others, like more than one others?
Yes, this makes 11. Isn't that right, Abby?
Oh, my.
Oh, no, dear, this makes 12. No, I think you're wrong. This is only 11. Oh, but dear, I distinctly remember thinking to myself when Mr. Hoskins came in that he just made an even dozen. Now, dear, I really don't think we should count the first one. Oh, well, I was counting the first one, and I think he counts. So therefore, Mr. Hoskins makes 12.
Hello? Oh, hello, Al. My, it's good to hear your voice.
Well, anyway, Mortimer, they're all down in the cellar just down...
I'm on the phone with Al. Listen, Al, we need to talk. I can't cover the play tonight. Can you get a hold of George? He's got to review the play tonight for me. I just can't cover it. Just get a hold of it. It's my department, and I'm running it. Get a hold of George. All right, now, where were we? 12.
Yeah. Abby thinks we ought to count the first one and not make 12.
All right, who was the first one?
Mr. Midgley. He was a Baptist.
Mr. Midgley.
Although I still don't think we can count him because he just died. But Martha means he died without any help from us. You see, Mr. Midgley came in here looking for a room. Oh, it was right after you moved to New York. Oh, yes, and it seemed like such a terrible waste for that lovely room to have no one staying in it when there were so many people who needed it in Brooklyn. And he was such a lonely man. All his family was dead and gone. It left him so unhappy. And we felt so sorry for him. And then when his heart attack came, well, do you remember, Martha? Oh, yes. He sat dead right in that chair, looking so peaceful. Well, we made up our minds right then and there that if we could help other lonely men to that same peace, we would.
He sat right down in this chair and died.
Yes, dear.
How awful for you.
Oh, no,
Oh,
dear.
how terrible.
Oh, no, it was rather like old times. Your grandfather used to keep a cadaver or two around the house. Well, anyway,
Teddy was down in Panama digging the lock, and when he came up and saw Mr. Midgley, he thought he was a yellow fever victim. That meant he had to be buried right away. So we just took him down to Panama and threw him in the lock. So you see, we know exactly what's to be done, so there's no need to worry.
So that's how all this got started. That man coming in here and dropping right in that chair.
Oh, yes, but of course we realized we couldn't count all that happening anymore, so... Do you remember those jars of poison that used to sit on the shelf in Grandfather's old laboratory? Well, you know your Aunt Martha's knack for mixing things. You've eaten enough of her piccalilli.
Oh, my.
Well, dear, for 1 gallon of berry wine, I take a teaspoon of arsenic, a half a teaspoon of strychnine, and just a pinch of cyanide.
Should have quite a kick.
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, one of our gentlemen found time to say, how delicious. Oh, well, I should get things started in the kitchen. Oh, we wish you could stay for dinner, dear. Oh, yes, Mortimer, I'm trying out a new recipe.
I couldn't eat a thing, really.
Well, Martha, I'll be right in to help you. I do feel so much better about the whole thing now that you know, Mortimer. You have to wait for Elaine, don't you, dear?
Yes.
Oh, how happy you must be. But I'll just leave you to your thoughts.
Oh, it's you, Elaine.
Oh, don't be cross, darling. Father could see that I was excited, so I told him all about us, and it made it hard for me to get away. Listen, he's not going to wait up for me tonight.
Elaine, look, you went along home, and I'm going to call you up later, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, you know I always call you up every day or two.
But we're going to the theater tonight.
No, we're not going to the theater anymore.
Well, why not?
Elaine, something's come up.
Mortimer, you've lost your job.
No, I haven't lost my job. I'm just not covering that play tonight. Now, you run along home and wait.
Well, what's happened? Certainly you can tell me.
No, dear, I can't.
Well, if we're going to be married...
Married?
Have you forgotten that not 15 minutes ago you proposed to me?
I did? Oh, yes. I remember. And well, as far as I know, that's still on. But for now, I want you to run along home and wait until I call you.
Don't try to be masterful.
Elaine, when we're married, and I have problems to face, I hope you're less tedious and uninspired.
And when we're married, if we're married, I hope I find you adequate.
What, Elaine, Elaine, what? Elaine! I can't do this.
Mortimer, must you make so much noise? Hello? Can I help you?
I understand you have a room to rent.
Oh, yes. Won't you step in?
Are you the lady of the house?
Oh, yes. My name's Miss Brewster, and this is my sister, another Miss Brewster.
How do you do? My name's Gibbs.
Oh, well, it's very nice to meet you, Mr. Gibbs. Won't you come in? Sorry about the mess. We were just setting the table for dinner.
Hello,
May I see the room now, please?
Oh, well, why don't we sit down and let's get acquainted? Yes.
Why, it won't do much good if I don't like the room.
Well, is Brooklyn your home?
Don't have a home. I live in a hotel and I don't like it.
Listen, Al, I can't cover the play tonight. That's all there is to it. I just can't.
Are your family Brooklyn people?
Don't have a family.
Oh, all alone in the world?
Yep.
Well, Martha, you come to just the right house. We'll take very good care of you.
Al, listen, I'm sorry. I can't tell you about it now. I just can't cover the play.
What kind of church do you go to? There's an Episcopal church practically next door.
I'm a Presbyterian. Or at least I used to be.
Get a hold of George. What's George doing in Bermuda? Of course I told him he could go to Bermuda. It's my department. I'm running it on. Listen, there must be someone else.
Is it all right?
Now, hold on.
Oh, no, he doesn't live here. Why don't you just sit down?
There must be someone else. The office boy. You know, the bright one, the one we don't like.
Well, our room's upstairs.
Get a hold of him.
Well, first, won't you try a glass of our wine before we start up?
Never touch it.
We make it ourselves. It's elderberry wine. Yes.
Elderberry wine? I haven't had elderberry wine since I was a little boy. Oh, thank you.
There must be some printers around. Look, the fellow who sets my coffee. Certainly he'd know what I
have your own elderberry
the third
bushes?
machine from the left. His name is Joe. Get a hold of him.
No, but the cemetery's full of them.
No, I'm not drinking, but I'm going to start now.
Do you serve meals?
Oh, we might, but first you see if you like our wine.
Life. young man.
Mortimer!
Do me just fine. Oh, Aunt Martha.
Mortimer! Mortimer! Not that.
Aunt Martha, what are you trying to do to me? I would... Oh, my God! Get out! Do you want to die, old man? Aunt Martha, get out of this house. You know what this is. Get out of here. Find somebody else.
Mortimer, now you've spoiled everything and you're making your Aunt Martha very nervous.
Now, I can't explain this to you two. This is not only against the law, it's wrong. It's not a very nice thing to do. People wouldn't understand. He wouldn't understand.
Abby, we shouldn't have told Mortimer, all right?
Let me put it to you another way. This has become a very bad habit.
Now, Mortimer, we don't try to stop you from doing the things you want to do. I don't see where you have the nerve to interfere with us.
Hello! All right. I'll see the first act and I'll pan the heck out of it. But look out, you gotta do something for me. Get a hold of O'Brien, our lawyer, the head of the legal department. Have him meet me at the theater. All right, I'm leaving now. All right, look. I've got to go to the theater and I can't get out of it. But before I go, I want you to promise me something.
We'd have to know what it is first.
You know, I love you very much, and I know you love me. And I'd do anything in the world for you two. And I want you to do just this little bitty thing for me.
Well, that's an awful lot to ask the way you've been acting, but what is it?
Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Don't let anyone in this house and leave Mr. Hotchkins where he is.
But why?
I've got to think. And I've got a lot to think about. Now, I wouldn't want anything to happen to you two.
Mortimer, what on earth could happen to us?
Anyway, you'll do this for me, please.
Well, we were planning to hold services before dinner.
Services?
Well, of course you don't think we'd bury a Methodist without a full Methodist burial, do you? Why, he was a Methodist.
But can't that wait until I get back?
Oh, then you could join us, Mortimer.
Yes. What am I saying?
Mortimer, you will love the services,
whatever.
especially the hymns. Remember how beautifully Mortimer used to sing in the choir before his voice changed?
Not bad. Now, you'll do this for me, won't you? Please.
Well,
Please.
Martha, we can do that now that Mortimer's cooperating a bit. Okay. All right, Mortimer.
Have you got some paper?
Oh, yes, I think I have some stationery.
I've got to go to the theater and I can't get out of it. There's a man there I've got to see.
Oh, let's see. Oh, here's a sheet of it. Will this do for you, dear?
Oh, yes, that'll be fine. I can save time if I write my review on the way to the theater. Now, listen. You won't let anyone in this house. You promised me.
Well,
Promise?
All right.
All right.
Why, Abby, Mortimer didn't seem quite himself this evening. No, but it's only natural, I suppose. I think I know why, dear. Why? Well, he's just become engaged to be married. I suppose that always makes a man a little nervous. Oh, that's right. Well, if Mortimer's coming to the funeral services, Abby will need another hymnal. I got one up in the room. Oh, very good, dear. Oh, you know, it's really my turn to read the services, dear, but since you weren't here when Mr. Hoskins came, I want you to do it. Oh, dear, that's very thoughtful, but are you sure? Oh, why, yes, it's only fair, Martha. Well, in that case, I'll wear my black bombazine and mother's old brooch. I'll go, dear. Abby, we promised Mortimer we wouldn't let anyone in. Oh, well, who do you suppose it could be? I'll run up and see. Abby, it's two men, and I've never seen them before. Are you sure? Yes, there's a car at the curb. They must have come in that. Oh, let me look. Do you recognize them? No, they're strangers to me. Well, I guess we'll just have to pretend like we're not home.
Come in, Doctor. This is the home of my youth. As a boy, I couldn't wait to escape from it. But now I'm glad to escape back into it.
Oh, yeah, Tony. Well, it's a fine night out.
The family must still live here.
There's something so unmistakably Brewster about the Brewsters. I hope there's a fatted calf awaiting the return of the prodigal.
Oh, yeah, Johnny. I'm hungry. Oh, look, Johnny. Drinks.
As though we were expected. A good omen.
Who are you?
Why, Aunt Abby. Aunt Martha, it's Jonathan.
You get out of here.
But I'm Jonathan, your nephew Jonathan.
You are not Jonathan, and don't pretend you are. You just get right out.
But I am Jonathan. And this is Dr. Einstein.
And that's not Dr. Einstein either.
Not Dr. Albert Einstein, Dr. Herman Einstein.
Who are you? You're not our nephew
I still see you're wearing that lovely ring that Grandma Brewster bought you in England. And you, Aunt Martha, still the high collar to hide the scar where Grandfather's acid burned you.
His voice is like Jonathan. Have you been in an accident?
No! My face! Dr. Einstein is responsible for that. He's a plastic surgeon. He changes people's faces.
But I've seen that face before. Abby, remember when we went to the movies and I was so scared? It was that face!
Easy, Johnny. Easy. Don't worry, ladies. The past 5 years, I give Johnny 3 new faces. I'll give him a new one right away. You see this last one? Well, I saw that picture, too. Just before I operated. Well, I was slightly intoxicated.
See, Doctor, see what you've done to me. Even my own family.
It's okay, Johnny. You're home. Oh, yes, in this lovely house. How often he tells me of Brooklyn. About his house and about his aunts that he loves so much. But they know it's you, Johnny. You know it's Jonathan. Talk to him. Tell him so.
Well, Jonathan, it's been a long time. What have you been doing all these years? Yes, where have you been?
Well, England, South Africa, Australia. The last 5 years, Chicago. Dr. Einstein and I were in business together.
Yeah, well, we went to Chicago once for the World's Fair. Yes, we found it awfully warm.
Yeah, he's got thoughts for us, too.
Well, it's wonderful to be in Brooklyn again. And Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha, you don't look a day over. And just as I remembered you, sweet, charming, hospitable. And dear Teddy, did he ever get into politics? You see, Doctor, my younger brother was determined to become president.
Well, Teddy's doing fine. And Mortimer's well, too.
I know about Mortimer. I've seen his picture at the head of his column. He's evidently fulfilled the promise of his early nasty nature.
Well, we are very fond of Mortimer.
It's very nice to have seen you again, Jonathan.
Bless you, Aunt Martha. It's good to be home again.
Well, Martha, we really shouldn't let what's on the stove boil over, and we have quite a lot to do, Jonathan. We haven't even cleared tea. If you will excuse us for just a moment, we'll be getting dinner on, Martha.
Oh, yes. Unless you're in a hurry to go somewhere.
Well, Johnny, where do we go from here? We got to get fast. But the police have got pictures of that face. I got to operate right away. We got to find some place for that. And we got to find some place for Mr. Spinalzo, too.
Forget Mr. Spinalzo.
But, Johnny, we got a hot step on our hands.
Don't waste any wordy on that rant.
But you can't leave a dead body in the rumble seat. You shouldn't have killed him, Johnny. He's a nice fellow. He gives us a lift, and what happened?
He said I look like Boris Karloff. And that's your work, Doctor. You did that to me.
Don't worry, Johnny. We find some place, and I'll fix you up quick, okay?
Tonight!
Oh, Johnny, not tonight. I'm tired and hungry and...
Jonathan, we're very glad that you took the time to think of us and come by and say hello, but we were never happy while you were in this house, and since you weren't happy while you were here either, well, we just came in to say goodbye to you.
Aunt Abby, I ain't a bit surprised at your feelings toward me. I spent a great many hours regretting the many heartaches I must have given to you when I was a boy.
Well, you were quite a trial, honest Jonathan.
But my great disappointment is for Dr. Einstein. I promised him that no matter how rushed we were in Brooklyn, that I'd bring him by for one of Aunt Martha's home-cooked dinners.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry there wouldn't be enough. Oh, no, it's a pretty large pot roast.
Pot roast?
Oh, the least we can do is let him have some.
Bless you, Aunt Martha.
Oh,
We'll stay for dinner.
well, I'll help Martha get things started since we're in a hurry. If you'd like to clean up, you can use the washroom in Grandfather's laboratory.
Is that still there?
Oh, well, yes, it's just as he left it. We'll hurry things along now.
Well, we get the meal anyway.
Grandfather's laboratory, just as he left it. Doctor, the perfect operating room.
Too bad we can't use it, huh?
After we resume practice, well, we'll make a fortune here. The laboratory, the large ward in the attic. 10 beds, Doctor, and Brooklyn is crying for your talent.
Oh, why work yourself up, Johnny? Besides, for Brooklyn, I think we're a year too late.
You don't know Brooklyn very well. Practically everyone in Brooklyn needs a new face.
So many of the old faces are already locked up.
A very small percentage. And the boys in Brooklyn are famous to pay generously to stay out of jail.
But take it easy, Johnny. Your aunts, they don't want us here.
We're here for dinner, aren't we?
Well, yeah, but after dinner?
Leave it to me, Doctor. Why, this house will be our headquarters for years.
Oh, that would be beautiful, Johnny. This nice, quiet house, and those aunts of yours. Oh, what sweet ladies. Oh, I get the bags, yeah?
Doctor, you must wait until we're invited.
What you just said?
We'll be invited.
Did they say no?
Doctor, 2 helpless old women.
Oh, Johnny. Oh, it's like comes through a beautiful dream. Only I hope you're not dreaming. Yes, it's so peaceful here.
That's what makes this house so perfect. So peaceful.
And from Chicago, we go to South Bend, Indiana.
They wouldn't be interested in our experience in Indiana.
Well, you've led a very interesting life, I'm sure, but we really shouldn't have allowed you to talk so late.
Yes, I might say my meeting Dr. Einstein changed the whole course of my life. You see, we were in South Africa, in the diamond business. Then Amsterdam, the diamond market. I wanted to go back to South Africa, and Dr. Einstein made it possible for me.
A good job. When we take off the bandages, his face looks so different that the nurse had to introduce me.
I love that face. I still carry the picture with me.
Well, that looks more like the way you used to look, but I still wouldn't recognize you.
I think we'll go back to that face, Doctor.
Oh, yeah, it's safe now.
Well, I know you want to be getting to wherever you're going.
Oh, my dear aunts, I'm so full of that delicious dinner I can hardly move a muscle.
Oh, yeah. It's nice here.
Well, it is rather late.
I found it!
What did you find, Teddy?
Well, the story of my life. My biography. Here's the picture I was telling you about, General. Here we are, both of us at Calibre Cup. Well, that's me, General, and that's you, President Roosevelt and General Goldfuss.
Oh, my, how I've changed.
Well, that picture hasn't even been taken yet. We haven't even started working on Calibre Cuts. We're still digging logs. And now, General, we will both go to Panama and inspect the new log.
Oh, no, Teddy, not to Panama.
Oh, we
not
got some other time.
Nonsense.
Panama's a long way off, you know.
Well, it's just down in the cellar.
The cellar?
Yes, we let Teddy dig the Panama Canal in the cellar.
General Goldfuss, as President of the United States, Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, and the man who gave me this job, I demand that you accompany me in the inspection of the new lock.
Teddy, I think it's time you went to bed.
I beg your pardon. And who are you?
I'm Woodrow Wilson. Go to bed.
No, you're not Wilson. But your face is familiar. Let me see. You're not anyone I know now. Perhaps later. Yes. My hunting trip to Africa. You look like someone I might meet in the jungle.
Oh, Teddy. Teddy, this is your brother Jonathan, dear, and that's his friend, Dr. Einstein. Yes, dear. Jonathan's had his face changed.
So that's it. A nature faker.
Oh, no, Teddy. Perhaps you'd better go to bed, dear. Jonathan and his friend need to get to their hotel.
General, go home and inspect the canal.
Oh, okay, Mr. President. We go to Panama, huh?
Bullies, follow me. Right along, General. Well, it's down south, you know.
Well, bon voyage.
My dear aunts, I must correct your misapprehension. You spoke of our hotel. You see, we have no hotel. We came directly here.
Nice, lovely hotel.
Aunt Martha, this is my home.
I'm sorry, Jonathan, but I'm afraid you can't stay here. We need our rooms.
You need them.
Yes, for our lodgers.
Are there lodgers in this house?
No, but we plan to have some.
Well, then, my old room is still free.
Well, Jonathan, I'm afraid there would not be any room for Dr. Einstein.
He'll share the room with me.
No, I'm afraid I'm just going to have to draw the line. You just cannot sleep here.
Dr. Einstein and I need a place to sleep. You remember, as a boy, I could be very disagreeable. It wouldn't be very pleasant for any of us.
Maybe we should let him stay here just for tonight.
Well, just for tonight.
Then that's settled. Now, go get my room ready.
It just needs airing out.
Yes, we keep it ready for our lodgers. I'm sure you and Dr. Einstein will find it quite comfortable.
You have a most distinguished guest in Dr. Einstein. I don't think you appreciate his skill, but you will. In a few weeks, you'll see a very different looking Jonathan.
He can't operate on you here.
When we resume practice, after we get settled in, by the way, we're turning Grandfather's laboratory into an operating room. We expect to be quite busy.
I will not let you turn this house into a hospital.
A hospital? Heavens no, it'll be a beauty parlor.
What are we gonna do?
Johnny, oh, my name is Ellen.
My dear aunts have invited us to stay with them.
Oh, you fixed it then, huh?
Well, you're sleeping here tonight.
Please get a room ready immediately.
Well, just for tonight.
Johnny, when I go down in the cellar, what do you think I find?
What?
The Panama Canal.
The Panama Canal?
It just fits Mr. Spinozzo. It's a hole that Teddy dug. 6 feet long and 4 feet wide.
Down there?
You think he knew we were bringing him along? No, that's hospitality.
A rather good joke on my aunts. They're living in a house with a body buried in the cellar.
Yeah, but how do we get him in?
Yes. We can't just walk them through the door. We'll drive the car out between the house and the cemetery. And when they've gone to bed, we'll bring Mr. Spinozzo in through the window.
Oh, bed. What do you think, Johnny? We got a bed tonight.
Take it easy, Doctor. Remember, you're operating tomorrow.
Oh, yes, Johnny. And I'll fix you up beautiful.
And if you don't...
Jonathan, your room is ready now. You can go right up.
In that case, you can go to bed. We're moving the car around the house.
Well, you can leave it where it is until morning.
I don't want to leave it in the street. That might be against the law.
Abby, what are we going to do?
Well, we're not going to let them stay one more night in this house, for one thing. What would our neighbors think? People coming in with one face and going out with another. And what about Mr. Hoskins? Oh, dear, Mr. Hoskins. Well, it can't be very comfortable for him in there, and he's been so patient, the poor dear. Well, I think Teddy should get Mr. Hoskins down to Panama right away. Abby, I will not invite Jonathan to the funeral services. Oh, no, dear. Why, we'll wait till they've gone to bed, and then we'll go downstairs and hold services. Oh, go ahead, dear.
General Goethals was very pleased. He says the canal is just the right size.
Well, that's nice, dear. But I'm afraid I have some very bad news for you, Teddy. I'm afraid there's been another yellow fever victim.
Dear me. This will be a shock to the general.
Then we mustn't tell him about it, then.
But it's his department.
No, Teddy, we mustn't tell him. It would just spoil his visit.
I'm sorry, Aunt Abby. It's out of my hands. He'll have to be told. Army regulations, you know.
No, Teddy, we must keep it a secret, yes.
A state secret?
Yes, a state secret. Promise?
Well, you have the word of the President of the United States of America. Cross my heart and hope to die. Now, let's see. How are we going to keep it a secret?
Well, Teddy, I think you should go back downstairs and wait for me to turn out the lights. When it's all nice and dark, you can come back upstairs and take the poor man down to the canal. Now run along, dear.
Splendid.
And then we'll come down later and hold the services.
Well, you may announce the President. We'll say a few words. Where is the poor devil, anyway?
He's in the window seat.
Well, it seems to be spreading. We've never had yellow fever there before.
I believe when Jonathan and Dr. Einstein come in, we should try to get them to go to bed right away, dear.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. And by the time they're asleep, we'll be dressed for the funeral.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Abby, I never even seen Mr. Hoskins.
Oh, that's right, dear. You were out. Well, you just come right over here and take a peek. He's really a very nice-looking man. Considering that he's a man.
We're bringing the luggage in through here.
Jonathan, you can go right upstairs. Your room's waiting.
I'm afraid we don't keep Brooklyn hours, but you two run along to bed.
Oh, now, I'm sure you must be very, very tired after your trip, and Dr. Einstein looks like he needs some sleep, and besides, we never go to bed this early, do we, Martha?
Well, it's time you should. It's time that I come home to take care of you.
We were planning to go to bed till way after.
Aunt Martha, did you hear me say go to bed? Doctor, the instruments can go upstairs in the morning. Now then, we'll all go to bed.
Well, I'll just stay down here until we're all upstairs and turn out the lights.
Another flight, Doctor. Run along, Aunt Martha. Now, Aunt Abby.
I'll be right up.
Turn out the lights now, Aunt Abby. Get the window open. You go around and hand him through.
No. He's too heavy for me. You go around and push. I'll stay here and pull. And then together, we take him down to Panama, okay?
All right. I'll take a look around outside. When I tap on the glass, you open the window.
All right, Johnny. Table. Okay.
Miss Abby? Miss Martha? Miss Abby? Miss Martha? Who is that? Is that you, Teddy?
Who are you?
I'm Elaine Harper. I live next door.
Then what are you doing here?
I came over to see Miss Abby and Miss Martha.
You chose a rather untimely moment for a social call.
Well, I think you'd better explain what you're doing here.
We happen to live here.
You don't live here. I'm in this house every day, and I've never seen you before. Where are Miss Abby and Miss Martha? What have you done to them?
Perhaps we'd better introduce ourselves. This is Dr. Einstein,
Dr. Einstein?
a surgeon of great distinction, and something of a magician.
Oh, and I suppose you're going to tell me you're Boris Karloff.
I'm Jonathan Brewster.
You're Jonathan.
I see you heard of me.
Yes, just this afternoon for the first time. And, well, that explains everything, and I know who you are, and I'll just be running along home if you kindly unlock the door.
That explains everything? Just what do you mean by that? What are you doing here this time of night?
Well, I thought I saw someone prowling around the house, but I suppose it was you.
You thought you saw someone prowling.
Yes, weren't you outside? Isn't that your car?
Saw someone at the car.
Yes.
What else did you see?
Just that, that's all. That's why I came over here. I wanted to tell Miss Abby to call the police. But if that's you and that's your car, then I don't need to bother Miss Abby, and I'll just be running along if you just...
What was the man doing at the car?
I don't know. You see, I was on my way over here. I really didn't see anything.
I think you're lying.
I think she tells the truth, Johnny. We let her go, huh?
She's lying. Breaking into the house at this time of night. She's dangerous. She shouldn't be allowed around loose.
Take your hands off me!
Well, it's going to be a private funeral.
Teddy! Teddy, tell these men who I am!
Well, that's my daughter, Alice.
No!
Shut Doctor, the cellar!
What's going on? What's the matter down there? What are you doing?
We caught a burglar, a sneak thief.
We'll call the police.
We've called the police. We'll handle this.
The door was doing locked.
Mortimer.
To the Norway Theater, and I should have known better. My God, I'm still there.
This is your brother, Jonathan, dear. And that's Dr. Einstein.
I know this isn't a nightmare, but what is it?
But
I've come back home, Mortimer.
Who did you say this was?
it's your brother, Jonathan. He's had his face changed, dear.
Jonathan, you always were a horror. But do you have to look like one?
Easy, Johnny, easy.
Have you forgotten the things I used to do to you when we were boys? The time you were tied to the bedpost? The needles under your fingernails?
God, it is Jonathan. Yes, I remember. I remember you as the most detestable, vicious, venomous form of animal life I ever knew.
No, now don't you two start quarreling the minute you see each other.
Well, there's not going to be any fight, Aunt Abby. Jonathan, you're not welcome here. Get out.
I've been invited to stay.
Not in this house.
Well, just for tonight.
I don't want him anywhere near me.
But, Mortimer, we have invited him to stay for tonight. It would be very nice to go back on our word.
All right, then. Tonight. But first thing in the morning, out, Jonathan. Where are they sleeping?
We put them in Jonathan's old room.
That's my old room. I'm sleeping in that room tonight. I'm here to stay.
Oh, Mortimer, we're so glad.
Well, that's okay, Johnny. But we'll sleep down here.
You bet your life you sleep down there.
Oh, yes, yes. But you sleep on the sofa, and I'll sleep on the window seat.
Window seat? No. Wait a minute, wait. You can't sleep on the window seat. Well, I was totally wrong. I'm going to sleep down here tonight. I'll sleep on the window seat.
You know, Johnny, this argument makes me think about Mr. Spinalzo.
Spinalzo.
Who's this Mr. Spinalzo?
Boy, just a friend of ours that Johnny's been looking
Well,
for.
don't bring anyone else in this house. Do you hear me?
It's okay, Johnny. I'll tell you all about it while we pack, huh?
Well, Mortimer, there's really no need for you to sleep down here. We've plenty of room upstairs, dear.
No trouble at all, Aunt Abby. We'll get our things and Mortimer can have the room.
I told you, Jonathan, I'm sleeping down here.
Mortimer,
I can't believe it.
I've almost been killed.
You've almost been kicked. Aunt Abby, Aunt Martha.
It was Jonathan. He mistook her for a sneak thief.
Oh, no. No, it's more than that. He's some kind of maniac. Mortimer, I'm afraid of him.
You're trembling. Do you have any smelling salts, aunties?
Oh, no, but maybe some coffee or some hot tea.
Yes, and some sandwiches, too. I'm starved. I haven't had any
I'll
dinner.
make something for the both of you. Martha, we can leave our hats down here now.
Were you going out somewhere, dear? You know what time it is? It's after 12. 12.
It's Jonathan's hat.
12. Hey, Elaine, listen, you need to run along home. I just remembered something. Yes.
Oh, now, Mortimer, you wanted sandwiches for the both of you. It will only be a minute, dear. Don't you remember we wanted to celebrate your engagement? Well, anyway, we'll make a nice, lovely dinner, and then we'll open up a bottle of wine.
All right, honey. Wine. What? No wine, Aunt Martha, no wine! I was just talking.
Mortimer, what's going on in this house?
What do you mean? What's going on in this house?
Well, you were supposed to take me to dinner in the theater tonight, and you called it off.
Well,
You asked me to marry you, and I said I would, and then 5 minutes later, you threw me out of the house. And then tonight, after your brother tries to strangle me, you want to chase me home. Now listen, Mr. Brewster, before I go, I want to know where I stand with you. Do you love me?
Yes, I love you, Elaine. In fact, I love you so much that I can't marry you.
Have you suddenly gone crazy?
No, but it's just a matter of time. Here, sit down. I need to tell you something. Elaine, insanity runs in my family. It practically gallops in my family. But that's why I can't marry you, dear.
Well, just because Teddy's a little...
No, I don't mean Teddy. It goes way back. The first Brewster, the one who came over on the Mayflower. You know, way back then, the Indians used to scout the settlers. He used to scout the Indians.
Oh, Mortimer, that's ancient history.
No. If you knew my family, it's kind of like,
No, Mortimer, Teddy thinks he's Roosevelt, so what?
No, I'm not talking to Jonathan. Jonathan, you know Jonathan, you just said he was a maniac. He tried to kill you.
But Mortimer, he's your brother, not you. I'm in love with you.
No, and you just said Teddy. You know Teddy. He thinks he's Roosevelt. No, dear. No Brewster should marry. I realize now that if I met my father in time, I'd have stopped him too.
But what about your aunts? They're Brewsters, aren't they? And the sanest, sweetest people I've ever known.
Elaine, even they have their peculiarities.
Well, yes, but what lovely peculiarities. There's kindness and generosity and human sympathy and...
There's another one.
Oh, Mortimer. There are plenty of others. You can't tell me anything about your aunt.
Oh, I'm not going to. Elaine, listen, something's just come up, and you're going to have to go home.
From where? We're alone here together.
Elaine, just put it down to fact that I'm a mad rooster.
If you think you're going to get out of this by pretending you're insane, you're crazy. Maybe you're not going to marry me, but I'm going to marry you because I love you. You don't?
Well, if you love me, will you get out of here, please?
Well, will you at least walk me home? I'm afraid.
Afraid? Elaine, a little walk through the cemetery.
Well, will you at least kiss me goodnight?
All right, fine. I'll kiss you goodnight. Mwah. Goodbye, Elaine. Oh. Goodbye, dear. I'll see you tomorrow.
You crank!
This of all people, Aunt Abby and Martha, come in here.
We'll
Another bottle. You come in here now. I can't believe
What's the matter? Where's Elaine, dear?
I thought I told you not to let anyone else in this house.
Well, Jonathan just...
I don't mean Jonathan.
And Dr. Einstein
And I don't mean Dr. Einstein. Who is in the window seat?
Mr. Hoskins, dear.
It is not Mr. Hoskins. Come look. There.
Who do you suppose that could be?
Are you trying to tell me you've never seen this man before?
I most certainly am. Well, this is a fine how do you do. It's getting so anyone thinks he can just walk into our house.
And Abby, this is another one of your gentlemen.
Mortimer, how can you say such a thing? That man is an imposter. And if he thinks he's going to be buried in our cellar, he's mistaken.
You admitted to me that you put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat.
Well, I did.
This man couldn't have just gotten the idea from Mr. Hoskins. By the way, where is Mr. Hoskins?
He must have gone to Panama, dear.
You buried him already?
Oh, no, we haven't buried him yet. Well, he's just been waiting for the services. Well, we haven't had a minute, what with Jonathan in the house and all. Oh, dear. We've always wanted to hold a double funeral, but I'm afraid I will not read services over a total stranger.
Aunt Abby, listen, I really want to believe you, but there are 12 gentlemen in your cellar, and you admitted to me that you poisoned every single one of them.
Well, I did.
Well,
But you don't think I would stoop to telling a fib?
Oh, Mortimer, I'd like to have a word with you.
And the word's about all that you're going to have time for, Jonathan. Jonathan, I've decided that you and your doctor friend are going to have to get out of here and get just as far away as possible.
I'm glad you recognize the fact that you and I cannot live under the same roof. That you arrived at the wrong solution. Take your suitcase and get out.
Jonathan, you're beginning to bore me. You've played your one-night stand in Brooklyn. Move on.
Just because you graduated from the back fence of the typewriter. Don't think you've grown up. I'm staying, and you're leaving. And I mean now.
Jonathan, if you think I can be frightened, if you think there's anything I fear, then you are terribly wrong.
Mortimer, I've lived a strange life, but it's taught me one thing, to be afraid of nothing.
Mama, you just come right in here and take a look and see what's in our window seat.
The window seat. No, wait a minute. Jonathan. Why don't you tell Aunt Martha what's in the window seat? Aunt Abby, I owe you an apology. I have very good news for the two of you. Jonathan is leaving, and he's taking Dr. Einstein and their cold companion with them.
Such a relief.
Jonathan, you're my brother. You're Brewster. I'm going to give you the chance to get out of this house and get just as far away as possible. Take the evidence with you. You can't ask for much more than that. All right, then. I guess I'll just have to call the police.
Oh, goody.
Don't reach for that telephone. Are you still trying to give me orders after seeing what's happened to Mr. Spinalzo?
Spinalzo? I knew he was a foreigner.
Remember, what happened to Mr. Spinalzo can happen to you, too.
Asking for it.
Hello, Miss Abby, Miss Martha.
Hello, Officer O'Hara. Is there something we can do for you?
Well, I saw your lights on and I thought there might be sickness in the house, but I'm sorry I disturbed you. I'll be going.
No. Officer O'Hara, come right in.
Yes, come in. This is our nephew, Mortimer.
Well, pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
And that's another nephew, Jonathan.
Well, nice to make your acquaintance. Must be nice having them over. Are they staying for a bit?
No, I'm staying. My brother Jonathan is just leaving.
Have I met you here before?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not, Officer O'Hara. Jonathan hasn't been home in years.
Well, your face looks really familiar. Maybe I've seen a picture of it somewhere.
I don't think so.
Yes, I'd hurry if I were you, Jonathan. Your bags are all packed away, aren't they?
Well, I need to be running along, so bye-bye.
Bye.
No, well, wait a minute, officer. Here, why don't you stay until my brother goes?
Well, I just dropped by to make sure everything was all right.
We're going to be having some coffee here in a minute, and certainly you want to stay around for that.
I forgot the coffee, if you'll excuse me, Officer O'Hara.
And I guess I should make some more sandwiches. I ought to know your appetite right now, Officer O'Hara.
Oh, please don't bother, Miss Martha. I really need to ring in.
Oh, no, you can stick around. My brother's going to be gone soon. You can have some coffee. Here, sit down.
Your brother? Are you sure I haven't met him here somewhere?
I don't think so.
Certainly looks like somebody.
It's probably someone you've seen in the movies.
That wouldn't be me. I never go to the movies. I can't stand the movies. One thing I am is a theater person. I love the theater. You're Mortimer Brewster, the dramatic critic, aren't you?
Yes,
Well, I'm certainly pleased to meet you. Mr. Brewster, we're in the same line of business.
We are.
Yeah, I'm a playwright. Well, being on the police force and everything, it's only temporary.
How long have you been on the force?
Well, 12 years. But I'm just collecting material for a play, Mr. Brewster.
I bet it's a honey, Officer
Well,
O'Hara.
it ought to be with all the stuff I see going on in Brooklyn. You have no idea what goes on in this town.
I think I have, buddy.
Oh, what time you got?
It's 10 after 1.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brewster. I need to be leaving, but it was really nice meeting you. I hope I can see you again sometime.
But, listen, Officer O'Hara, I might be able to help you out on that play of yours if you'll just stick around the house.
You would?
Yeah.
Gee, it was my fate walking in here tonight. Look, I'll tell you the plot.
Well, everything's just about ready, boys.
I see your bags are all packed away. You want to hurry? You haven't got much time, you know.
Oh, are you leaving, Jonathan? Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Dr. Einstein. Oh, doesn't this bag belong to you?
Yes, Jonathan. You wouldn't want to leave without taking all of your things. Officer O'Hara, it was really nice to meet you, and we'll get together sometime later and talk about that play of yours.
Oh, I'm not leaving now, Mr. Brewster.
Why not?
Because you said you'd help me write a play.
But I'm not a creative writer, Officer.
Oh, I'll do the creating. You just put the words to it.
Officer O'Hara, I just...
No, sir, Mr. Brewster. I'm not leaving until you help me write my play.
In that case, Mortimer, we'll be running along.
Stop right there. You can't. You've got to take everything with you. Officer O'Hara, Luke, we'll get together sometime later and
No,
talk
sir.
about...
I've been waiting for this 12 years. I can wait a little longer.
But, Officer,
Oh, I'm sorry I took so long.
Don't bring that in here. Listen, join us in the kitchen for some coffee and sandwiches and...
Jonathan's leaving. Oh, that's nice. Come along, Officer
way.
O'Hara. Oh, you're so little. Well, Jonathan, nice to have seen you again. Goodbye.
Jonathan, I'm glad you came back to Brooklyn, because it gives me a chance to throw you out. And the first one is your boyfriend, Mr. Spinazzo.
Mr. Brewster, come on and listen to my play.
Coming right out, Officer O'Hara.
I might have known you'd grow up to write a play with a policeman.
Get out of here. All 3 of you.
Doctor, this affair between me and my brother has got to be settled.
Oh, Johnny, we got trouble enough. Your brother gives us a chance to get away. What more could you ask for?
You don't understand, Doctor. This goes back a good many years.
Come on, Johnny, let's get going.
We're not going. We're sleeping here tonight.
With the cop in the kitchen and Mr. Spinazzo in the window seat?
That's all he's got on us. We'll take Mr. Spinazzo out and dump him in the bay. Then we'll come right back here, and then if they try to interfere...
Now, Johnny.
Doctor, you know when I make up my mind.
Yeah, when you make up your mind, you lose your head. Brooklyn ain't a good place for you, Johnny.
Doctor!
Okay, we got to stick together. Someday we get stuck together. If we're coming back here, do we have to take these with us?
No. Hide the instruments in the cellar. And move fast. Spinazzo walked the same way we came in.
What's up, man? Well, you know that hole down in the cellar?
Yes?
Well, but we got an ace in the hole. Come on, I'll show you.
You've got to be out of here. Jonathan! Jonathan! Jonathan!
Yes, Mortimer.
I thought I told you to get out of here.
We're not going.
Oh, you're not, are you? You think I'm not serious about this? Do you want Officer O'Hara to know what's in the window seat?
We're not leaving.
Fine. This gets rid of you, and you, Shorty, and Officer O'Hara at the same time. Officer O'Hara, would you come in here, please?
If you tell O'Hara what's in the window seat, we'll just have to tell him what's down in the cellar.
The cellar.
There's a very elderly gentleman down there who seems to be very dead.
What were you doing down in the cellar?
What's he doing down in the cellar?
Mr. Brewster, your aunt's want to hear the play too. Can I get him in here?
No, Officer O'Hara. Remember, you've got to ring in.
Oh, the heck with ringing in. Look, I'll get them in here and I'll tell you all the plot.
No, not in front of all these people. We'll get together someplace later and we'll talk about that play of yours.
Well, how about the back room at Kelly's?
That'll be fine. You run along and I might catch up with you.
Why don't you two go down to the cellar?
All right. Is that the cellar?
Officer O'Hara! Listen, Kelly's will be fine. We'll go, but you're gonna ring in first, all right?
All right. It'll only take a few minutes, though.
I'll ditch this guy, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. I expect to find you two gone.
Doctor, we'll wait for him. I've waited a great many years for a chance like this.
Oh, did he look guilty? We got him right where we want him.
Take our bags back up to our room.
Have they gone? Oh, we thought we heard someone leave.
Just Mortimer. He'll be back in a few minutes. Is there any food left in the kitchen Dr. Einstein and I would enjoy by the
But you won't have time. Oh, no, if you're still here when Mortimer gets back, he won't like it one bit.
Oh, he'll like it. He's gotta like it.
Get something for us to eat while we bury Spinalzo in the cellar.
Oh, no, Jonathan, he cannot stay in our cellar. You just have to take him with you.
There's a friend of Mortimer's downstairs waiting for him.
A friend of Mortimer's?
Yes, he and Mr. Spinalzo will get along fine together. They're both dead.
Oh, they must be Mr. Hoskins. Mr. Hoskins.
Hoskins?
Oh, yes.
You mean you know about what's downstairs?
Well, of course we do, and it has nothing to do with Mortimer. He's one of our gentlemen.
Your gentleman?
Oh, yes, and we won't have any strangers buried in our cellar.
But Mr. Hoskins.
Mr. Hoskins isn't a stranger. Besides, there's no room for Mr. Spinalzo. The cellar's crowded already.
Crowded with what?
Well, there are 12 graves down there now.
12 graves?
Well, of course, and that leaves very little room, and we are going to need it.
You mean you and Aunt Martha have murdered?
Murdered? Why, certainly not. It's one of our charities. What we've been doing is a mercy.
You've done that here in this house, and you buried them down there.
Johnny, we've been chased all over the world, but they stay right here in Brooklyn and do just as good as you do.
What?
Well, Johnny, you've got 12, and they've got 12.
I've got 13.
Well, no, Johnny, 12.
13? There's Mr. Spinalzo, the first one in London, 2 in Johannesburg, 1 in Sydney, 1 in Melbourne, 2 in San Francisco, 1 in Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix.
The filling station, 3 in Chicago, and 1 in South Bend. That makes 13.
No, you can't count the one in South Bend. He died of pneumonia.
He wouldn't have gotten pneumonia if I hadn't shot him.
No, Johnny, he died of pneumonia. He don't count.
It counts with me, I say 13.
No, Johnny, 12. The old ladies are just as good as you are.
Oh, they are they? Well, in that case, all I need is just one more, Doctor. Just one more.
Well, here I am.
That was close.
was Mortimer with? I don't know, but when he left, he told Jonathan, you just wait, I'll settle this. Well, he can't very well settle it when he's not in the house, and that's all we want settled, what's going on down there. Mortimer, where have you been?
I've been over to Dr. Gilchrist to get his signature on Teddy's commitment
Mortimer,
papers.
what's the matter with you? Running around getting papers signed at a time like this. What Jonathan's doing? He's putting Mr. Spinozzo and Mr. Hopkins in together.
Oh, he is he? Well, let him. Is Teddy in his room?
Oh, Teddy won't be any help.
Don't you see? If I can make Teddy responsible for those graves down there, I can protect you.
We do not understand. We pay taxes to have the police protect us. Thank you very much.
I'll be back down in a minute.
Well, come along, Martha. We're just going for the police.
You can't go for the police, Aunt Abby.
Why can't we?
Listen, if the police come, they'll find Mr. Hopkins down there, and then they'll find Mr. Spinozzo, and that might make them curious, and they'll find your other 12 gentlemen.
Mortimer, we know the police a little better than you do, dear, and I don't think they'd pry into our private affairs if we asked them not to.
But if they found your 12 gentlemen, they'd have to report to headquarters.
I'm not so sure they'd bother. They'd have to fill out a very lengthy report, and if there's one thing policemen hate to do, it's to write.
Oh, but you can't depend on that. It might leak out. Can you expect the judge and a jury to understand?
Oh, Judge Coleman, what? Oh, yes, we know him very well. Oh, he comes to church quite often, especially around election time. And he's coming here to tea someday. He promised us. Oh, Abby, we must speak to him about that again. You see, his wife died a few years ago, and it left him so lonely. Well, come along, Martha.
No, you can't leave this house. And you can't have Judge Coleman to tea either.
Jonathan is going to be out of this house, and if he's not, we're going for the police.
Jonathan will be out. We may have to call the police in, but when we do, I want to be ready for them.
Mortimer, I want Jonathan out of this house. And Mr. Spinozzo, too.
He will be, but will you let me do this my way? Now, I've got to go see Teddy about these papers.
If Jonathan is not gone by morning, we're going for the police, Mortimer.
I promise you he'll be out. For now, will you please go to bed? And get out of those clothes. You look like Judith Anderson. Teddy?
Well, that's a relief now, isn't it, Abby? Yes. If Mortimer's going to do something at last, that just means Jonathan is going to a lot of unnecessary trouble. Well, we had just better tell him. Oh. Jonathan, you had better stop what you're doing.
It's all done. Did I hear Mortimer?
Well, it will just have to be undone. You're going to be out of this house by morning. Mortimer has promised.
Oh, we are we?
Yes.
Well, in that case, you and Aunt Martha have a pleasant night's sleep.
Yes, come along, Abby.
Good night, Annie.
Not good night, Jonathan. Goodbye. You will be gone by morning, Mortimer has promised. And he has a way of doing it, too.
Then Mortimer is back.
Oh, yes, he's upstairs talking to Teddy. Goodbye, Jonathan. Goodbye, Jonathan.
Perhaps it's better to say goodbye to Mortimer.
Oh, you'll see Mortimer.
Yes, I'll see Mortimer.
Oh, that's all fixed up. Smooth like a lake. Nobody'd ever know they were down there. Oh, that bed feels good already. 48 hours we didn't sleep. But come on, Johnny, we go up now.
You're forgetting, Doctor.
But...
My brother Mortimer.
Oh, Johnny, tonight? We do that tomorrow or the next night, huh?
No, tonight, now.
Oh, not tonight, Johnny. Well, remember, tomorrow I got to operate.
Yes, you're operating tomorrow, Doctor. But tonight we take care of Mortimer.
Johnny, not tonight. Not because of...
Doctor, look at me. You can see it's gonna be done, can't you?
Yes, I can see that. I know that look.
It's a little too late to dissolve our partnership.
Oh, okay, we do it. But the quick way. The quick twist, like in London.
No, Doctor, I think this calls for something special. I think perhaps the Melbourne method.
Oh, Johnny, no, not that. Oh, 2 hours. And when it was all over, what? With the fellow in London, it was just as bad as the fellow in Melbourne.
There was no aesthetic satisfaction in it. But Melbourne, now there was something to remember.
Oh, remember. I wish I didn't. No, Johnny. Not Melbourne.
Yes,
not
Doctor.
me.
Where are the instruments?
I won't do it.
Get your instruments.
No, Johnny.
Where are they? Oh, yes, you hid them in the cellar. Where?
I will tell you.
then I'll just find them myself, Doctor.
Don't do that, Mr. President.
I cannot sign any proclamation without consulting my cabinet.
But it must be a secret.
A secret proclamation. How unusual.
Japan mustn't know until it's signed.
Japan? Those yellow devils. Well, I'll sign it at once. You have my word for it. I'll let the cabinet know later.
Let's go and sign it.
No, you wait here. A secret proclamation must be signed in secret.
But at once, Mr. President.
Well, I'll have to put on my signing clothes.
Oh, please, you go now, huh? Yes,
Listen, Dr. Einstein, I'm waiting on something very important.
No, please, you go now.
Dr. Einstein, listen, you're a nice fella, and I have nothing against you personally, but take my advice and get out of here and get just as far away as possible.
Trouble, yeah. You get out.
Dr. Einstein, I'm warning you.
I'm warning you. Get away quick.
Things are going to start popping around here just any minute.
Look, Johnny's in a bad mood. When he's like this, things happen. Terrible things.
Jonathan doesn't worry me now, Dr. Einstein.
God, heavens! Don't those plays that you see teach you anything?
About what?
Well, these people in plays act like they got sense. That's more than what you got.
Oh, you think people in plays act intelligently, do you? Well, I wish you had to see some of the ones I have to see. Take the little opus I saw tonight, for instance. In this play, there's this guy. He's supposed to be bright and intelligent. He's in the house with murderers. He's even been told that he's in danger, told to get out of the house. But does he listen? No. He just stays there. Now I ask you, Doctor, is that what an intelligent person would do?
Oh, you're asking me.
Get this. The murderer even invites the man to sit down.
You mean like, won't you sit down?
Believe it or not, that one was in there too.
And what did he do?
Well, he sat down. Now this guy who's supposed to be bright and intelligent, mind you, he's sitting there just waiting to be trussed up and gagged by whoever. And what do you think they used to tie him up with?
What?
The curtain cord.
Well, why not? Very convenient.
A little too convenient, Doctor. When are some of these playwrights going to start use some imagination? I tell you, the curtain cord.
Well, he didn't see him get it.
See him? No, Doctor, he just sat there. Mind you, this fellow's supposed to be bright and intelligent. He just sits there waiting to be trussed up.
Watch it.
Oh, where you go?
All right.
Stop, move.
Doctor, get his feet.
I'm trying.
Now, Mortimer, if you don't mind, we'll finish the story. Mortimer, I've been away for 20 years, but never once in all that time, my dear brother, were you out of my mind. In Melbourne one night, I dreamed of you. When we arrived in San Francisco, I felt a strange satisfaction that you and I were again in the same country. Doctor, we go to work.
Please, Johnny. For me, the quick way, huh?
Doctor, this must really be an artistic achievement. After all, we're performing before a very distinguished critic. All ready for you, Doctor.
But Johnny, I can try to drink first. I can't do this without a drink.
Pull yourself together, Doctor.
No, I can't have a drink. Wait, we came in this afternoon. There was wine here, remember? Where did she put it? Where? Oh, look, Johnny. Oh, we got a drink. Oh, yes. Oh, here, Johnny. Here, I split it with you, okay? Yes, we both need a drink.
All right, Doctor. Wait a minute. Where are your manners? Yes, Mortimer, I realize now it's you who brought me back to Brooklyn. Doctor, to my dear dead brother.
Oh, bully! God!
That idiot! That's it! He goes next!
Whoa, no!
That's all! He goes next!
No, Johnny, no. That's where I stop. Not Teddy.
We get to Teddy later.
No, we don't get to him at all.
Now we got to work fast.
Yeah, Johnny. The quick way.
Yes, Doctor, the quick way.
Hey! The Colonel's gotta quit blowing that horn.
It's all right, officer. We're taking the bugle away from you.
There's gonna be hectic in the morning. I told the neighbors he wouldn't do that anymore.
It won't happen again, officer. Good night.
Well, I better take the bugle away from him myself. Let me turn on the lights. Hey! 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 You stood me up tonight. I waited nearly an hour for you to fail. And you never showed up. Wait a minute. How did he get like this?
Oh, well, he was explaining a friend he saw tonight, and this is what happened to the man in the play.
Stop! It did?
Yes.
Well, gee. They practically stole that from the third act of my play. My goodness, in my play, the third act, Well, look, I better start at the beginning. Okay, the play opens in my mother's dressing room where I was born, only I wasn't born yet. Anyway, a man with a black mustache. What? I cannot understand what you're trying to tell me. Anyway, the man with the black mustache comes up to my mother and says, "Mrs. O'Hara, will you marry me?" He doesn't know that she's about to have me. There she is, lying across the table, in her lingerie. The killer standing over her with a hatchet, trying to kill somebody. I'm trussed up and gagged, well, just like you are. Anyway, the place is an inferno of flames. It's on fire! Then, hey, quit drinking that. I paid for it.
Well, I'm listening, ain't I?
Well, how do you like my play so far?
Oh, it put Johnny to sleep. Johnny.
Anyway, it's 3 days later. Hey, if he doesn't have any more interest in that in my play, then don't give him any of my whatever that is. Anyway, it's 3 days later. I'm under charges because somebody stole my badge, and I'm walking my beat on Staten Island. Anyway, a man that I am following, it turns out that he is really following me. Don't let anyone in. There I see a vacant house on the corner, so I go in the vacant house.
Oh, it's cops! Oh, no! Hey, Johnny! Cops! What cops? Johnny, wake up! Johnny!
I brace myself against the wall. I see him coming, and I say, "Come in." Hey, guys. What are you doing? Well, I'm just writing a play with Mortimer Brewster. I'm telling him my plot.
Did you have to tie him up to make him listen to you? You better report it at the station. The whole force is out looking for you, Joe.
They send you here for me?
We came to one lady to talk. The whole neighborhood's in an uproar. The colonel blew that bugle of his again in the middle of the night.
No. Yeah.
From the way the neighbors been calling in about it, you think the Jonas had dropped a bomb on Flatbush Avenue. Lieutenant is on the warpath. He says the colonel has got to be put away someplace.
Yes! Ugh.
Well, Mr. Brewster, I can run through the third act in just a few minutes. It'll just take a little bit of time.
You get him away from me! Get away!
Hey, do you know what time it is? It's up to 8 o'clock in the morning. It is? Well, Mr. Brewster, I know it took a long time, but I don't see anything we can leave out.
You can leave it all out as far as I'm concerned.
Who is this guy?
It's my brother Jonathan.
The one that ran away. So he came back?
Yeah, he came back.
Give me Mac. This is Brophy. I'd better let them know we found you, Joe.
Thanks, man, for letting me have it.
Hey, Mac, tell the lieutenant he can call off the big manhunt. We got him. Right here in the Brewster house. Do you want us to bring him in? All right. We'll hold him right here. Lieutenant is on his way over.
So I've been turned in. All right, you got me. And I suppose that you and that stool pigeon brother of mine will split the reward. Reward?
What? Hey, come on!
Hey, take it here. All right. Now I'll do some turning in on my own. You think my aunt's such a sweet, charming old lady, don't you? Well, there are 13 bodies buried in the cellar.
Teddy! Teddy!
What are you talking about? You better be careful. You're standing by your aunt. They happen to be really good friends.
I'll tell you when they're buried. I'll prove it to you. Hey, get off my bed! Don't you want to see what's in the cellar?
You go down the cellar with me. I'll stay up here. Hey, I don't want to go down in the cellar with him. Look at that mug. Looks like Boris Karloff. Hey, do it! What do you make of that? Come on in. What the heck are you men doing here? I thought I told you I was going to handle this. Well, so we just came by to do the... What happened? Did they have a fight? This isn't the fellow that blows the bugle, Lieutenant. This is his brother. He tried to kill Klein. Yeah, all I said was he looked like Boris Karloff. Turn him over. We kind of think he's wanted somewhere. Oh, you kind of think he's wanted somewhere. If you guys don't look at the circles that hang up around the station, at least you could read True Detective. Certainly he's wanted. In Indiana. Escaped from the prison for the criminal insane. He's a lifer. For God's sake, that's how he's described. He looks like Karloff. Well, was there a war mentioned? Yes, and I am claiming it. Well, he was trying to get us down the cellar with him. Yeah, he said there's 13 bodies down there. 13 bodies buried in the cellar. And that didn't tip you off. He came out of a nut house.
I thought all along he talked kind of crazy.
Oh, it's Shakespeare. Where have you been all night? Don't bother answering me.
Well, I've been right here, sir, writing a play with Mortimer Brewster.
Yeah? Well, you're going to have plenty of time to write that play. You're suspended. Now get out of here and report back in.
Could I come to the station sometime and use the typewriter?
No! Get out of here! Take that guy somewhere else and bring him to. See what you can find out about his accomplice. The guy that helped him escape, he's wanted too. No wonder Brooklyn's in the shape it's in with a police force full of flatheads like you. Falling for that kind of story. 13 bodies in the cellar. But there are 13 bodies in the cellar. And who are you? I'm President Roosevelt. What the heck is this? He's the fellow that blows the bugle. Good morning, Colonel. Good morning. Well, Colonel, you've blown your last bugle. Dear me. Another yellow fever victim. What? All the bodies in the cellar are yellow fever victims. No, Colonel. This is a spy we caught in the White House. Take that guy out of here! Well, if there's any questioning of spies, that's my department. And you keep out of this. Well, you're going in. President of the United States. I am also head of the Secret Service. Well, come along, gentlemen. We have an all day. He is an usher.
Captain, I'm Mortimer Brewster.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about my brother, Teddy, the one who blew the bugle.
Listen, we ain't gonna talk about that. He's gotta be put away.
Oh, I quite agree with you. In fact, it's all arranged for. We've had Teddy's commitment papers signed by the family physician. Teddy signed them, and I've signed them as next of kin.
Well, where's he going?
Happydale.
All right. I don't care where he goes, as long as he goes.
He's going all right. Now, I want you to know, Lieutenant, that everything that's happened around here, Teddy's responsible for. Now, those 13 bodies.
Yeah. There's 13 bodies in the cellar. It ain't that the neighbors are all afraid of him and his disturbing the peace of that bugle, but can you imagine what would happen if that cockeyed story about 13 bodies in the cellar got out? And now he's starting to get another fever scare. It's real cute, ain't it?
13 bodies in the cellar. You think anyone would believe that story?
Well, you can't tell. You don't know what to believe sometimes.
About a year ago, a crazy guy over in Greenport starts a murder rumor, and I had to dig up a half-acre lot just to prove that there was nothing there but just dirt.
Oh, yeah, excuse me.
Good morning, Mortimer.
Hello, Elaine.
This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's come to meet Teddy.
To meet Teddy.
Mr. Witherspoon's the superintendent of Happydale.
Oh, Mr. Witherspoon, come right in, come right in. So nice to meet you. Mr. Witherspoon, I would like for you to meet Captain Rooney here.
Lieutenant Rooney. I'm glad you're here, Super, because you're taking it back with you today.
Today?
Yes,
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
no, not today.
Oh, Elaine, we men have some business to attend to, so why don't you just run along home and
I had no idea it was this immediate.
The papers are all signed. He's going back today.
Complete insubordination! You men will find out I'm no mollycoddle. When the President of the United States is treated like that, what's this country coming to?
There's your man, Super.
Mr. President, I have good news for you. Your term of office is over.
Well, is this March the 4th?
No, but practically.
Well, let's see. Oh, yes. Now I go on my hunting trip to Africa. Is he trying to move into the White House before I move out?
Who, Teddy?
Taft.
Oh, no, Teddy. This is Taft. This is Mr. Witherspoon. He's he'll be your guide to Africa.
Oh, bully. I'll bring down my equipment. When the safari comes, tell them to wait.
All right.
Goodbye, Aunt Martha. Goodbye, Aunt Abby. I'm going to Africa. Isn't it wonderful? Charge!
Oh, hi. We have visitors.
Good morning, aunties.
Good morning, Mortimer. How are you this morning, dear?
I'm all right, I suppose. I would like for you to meet Lieutenant Rooney here.
Oh, hello, Lieutenant. My, you look nothing like the fuss budget the policemen say you
Oh,
are.
well, the lieutenant is here. Well, you know, Teddy blew that darn bugle again last night, and...
Yes, and we're going to speak to him about that.
It's a little more serious than that, Miss Brewster.
But anyway, I would also like you to meet Mr. Witherspoon. He's the superintendent of Happydale.
Hello, Mr. Witherspoon. How do you do? Have you come to meet Teddy?
He's come to take him.
What?
Well, listen, ladies, come. The police think it would be better if Teddy went with Mr. Witherspoon to Happydale today.
Oh, no! Well, we're alone.
I'm sorry, Miss Brewster. The papers are all signed, and he's going along with the superintendent.
You see,
Well,
Teddy,
we won't permit it. We promised to take his bugle away from him. We won't be separated from Teddy.
I'm sorry, ladies. The law's the law. He's committed himself, and he's going.
Well, if he's going, we're going too. Yes, you'll just have to take us with him.
well, why not?
Well, that's awfully sweet of him to want to go, but I'm afraid it's impossible. You see, we don't allow sane people at Happydale.
Mr. Witherspoon, if you let us live with Teddy, then we'll see the Happydales at our will for a very generous amount.
Well, the Lord knows we could use the money, but I'm afraid...
Now, let's be sensible about this, ladies. For instance, here I am wasting my entire morning when I've got serious work to do. You know, there are still murders to be solved in Brooklyn.
Yes, there...
He didn't only his bugle blowing, and the neighbors are all afraid of him, but things would just get worse. Sooner or later, we'd be put to the trouble of digging up your cellar.
Our cellar?
Yeah, your nephew's been telling around that there are 13 bodies buried in your cellar.
Can y'all believe that?
But there are 13 bodies in our cellar. Well, if that's why you think Teddy has to be put away, well, you just come right downstairs and look for him. Oh, yes, there's this one, and Mr. Spinozzo, who doesn't belong down there, and he will just have to leave. But the other 12 are all...
Wait a minute. The lieutenant doesn't want to go down in our cellar, ladies. He was only telling me just a few minutes ago that he had to dig up a whole half-acre lot.
Oh, well, you won't have to dig here, Lieutenant. All of those graves are clearly marked. We put flowers on them every Sunday.
Flowers?
No, they're just kidding.
Lieutenant, don't you think you can find room for these ladies?
I don't know.
Well, come right downstairs. We'll show you the graves.
Look, ladies, I'm a very busy man. Super, how about it?
Well, they'd have to be committed.
Commit. Well, Teddy signed his commitment papers. Can't they sign their commitment papers? Can't they commit themselves?
Why, certainly.
Oh, if we can live with Teddy, we'll sign his papers. Where are they?
Wait for you.
Hey, Lieutenant, I think he's coming around.
Oh, Mr. Klein. Oh, hello, Officer Klein. Are you here, too?
Yeah, me and Brophy. We got your other nephew out in the kitchen with us.
Oh, that's
All right,
nice.
Super, let's get this all cleaned up. 13 bodies.
If you'll sign right here. And, you right there. Right under hers.
Well, I'm really looking forward to going. The neighborhood here has changed so.
Oh, to think, Abby, a front lawn again.
But we're overlooking something.
What?
We're going to need the signature of a doctor.
The doctor.
Well, Dr. Kesselring.
Wait 1 minute. Dr. Einstein! Could you come back here just 1 minute? You're not in a hurry, are you? I want you to sign something for me. Just last night, I thought the doctor was going to have to operate on me. I'm sure he would love to sign our little paper here.
There you go.
Just sign right there.
Were you leaving so soon, Dr. Einstein?
I think I must go.
Aren't you going to wait for Jonathan?
I don't think we're going to the same place.
Hello, Mac. Rooney. Listen, we picked up that guy that's one in Indiana. Now, there's a description of his accomplice. Yeah, it's right there on my desk.
Hurry up.
Read it to me. About 5'9", 160 pounds, dark eyes, dark curly hair, speaks with a German accent, poses as a doctor. Thanks a lot, Mac.
It's all right, Lieutenant. The doctor here has just completed the signatures.
Thanks, Doc. You're really doing Brooklyn a great service.
Mr. Brewster, if you'll sign here as next of kin, please.
Right here?
Yes, that'll be fine.
All right. All right, now. Everything formal, everything legal.
Oh, yes.
All right, now. Aunties, you're going to be safe.
When do you think you'll be able to start?
Well, Mr. Witherspoon, why don't you go up and tell Teddy just what he can take along with him?
Upstairs?
Yes, I'll show you.
No, Mortimer. If you stay down here, we need to talk to you a moment. I'll show you, Mr. Witherspoon. Follow me.
Come here, Mortimer. Now that we're leaving, dear, this house really belongs to you now.
Oh, yes, dear. We want you to live here now that we're gone.
No, Aunties, I couldn't live here. There are so many memories and...
Well, dear, you're going to need some place to live when you and Elaine are married.
Oh, yes.
Well, Aunties, that's very indefinite. I don't know if it's going to be married.
Oh, no, it's not. We are going to be married right away.
Mortimer, we need
married.
We need to tell you something. We're very, very worried about something, dear.
Well, you're going to love it at Happydale, Aunties.
Yes. We're very happy about the whole thing. That's just it. We don't want anything to go wrong.
Wrong?
Will they investigate those signatures?
No, they're not going to look up Dr. Einstein's signature.
Dear, it's not Dr. Einstein's, dear. It's yours.
You see, you signed his next of kin.
Well, yes, of course. I'm your nephew.
Dear, you'd better sit down.
Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Dear, it's something we never wanted to tell you. But now that you're a man, and it's something Elaine should know, too. You see, dear, you're not really a Brewster.
Your mother came to us as a cook, and you were born 3 months afterwards. Well, she was such a very good cook and such a sweet girl, we didn't want to lose her. So Brother married her.
You mean I'm not really a Brewster?
Now don't lose heart over it, dear.
Elaine, did you hear? I'm not a Brewster. I'm not crazy.
Well, I really should get breakfast started in the kitchen. Would you like any breakfast?
Yes.
No, Mortimer's coming over to my house. Father's gone to Philadelphia, so we're going to have breakfast together.
Yes, I'm starved. I've had quite a night.
Oh, well, in that case, I should think you'd like to get some rest, Mortimer.
Goodbye, Auntie.
Goodbye, dear.
I'm not a Brewster, Elaine. I'm not crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying, do you? I don't have to go through all of this.
All right, we won't need the wagon. My car's out front. Come on.
Oh, are you going somewhere, Jonathan?
Yeah, there's some people in Indiana who want to take care of him for the rest of his life.
Oh, well, it's nice to know you have some place to go, Jonathan.
We're leaving, too.
Oh, yes, we're going to Happydale.
Then I guess this house has seen the last of the Brewsters.
Well, not unless Mortimer wants to live here.
Well, I was suggesting to mate, why don't you turn the property over to the church?
Oh, Martha, we never thought of that.
After all, it should be part of the cemetery.
All right, get going. I got things to do.
Well, at least I can't better my record, but neither can you. The score stands even, 12-12.
All right, get going.
Jonathan always was a mean boy. Never could stand to have anyone get ahead of him. Well, I wish there was something we could do to tell him.
One moment,
Show him
Witherspoon.
he's not quite as smart as he thinks he is.
Take this with you. I'll be needing that.
Long live the Rough Riders!
Mr. Witherspoon. Come. Does your family live with you at Happydale, dear?
I have no family.
Oh, I bet you consider the people at Happydale your family.
I'm afraid you don't understand. This happy institution I have to keep quite aloof.
Oh, that must make it very lonely for you. Yes, dear.
It does. But my duty is my duty.
Well, Martha, if Mr. Witherspoon can't join us for breakfast, I think the least we should do is offer him a glass of our elderberry wine. Oh, yes, of course.
Elderberry wine?
We make it ourselves.
Elderberry wine. You don't see much of it nowadays.
Oh, no.
I thought I'd had my last glass of it.
Oh, not at all, Mr. Witherspoon. Here it is.
This is delicious.
Thank each and every one of you for being a part of this experience for us. And we have some people that we just want to thank, and I forgot my little list. First of all, we'd like to thank the donors and everyone who's contributed to this facility. This is wonderful. It's a dream come true, and we'd like to applaud all of you and thank you very much for your time and your money and everything that you've done for us. We'd like to thank the wonderful crews that we've worked with. This set is beautiful, and we'd like to thank them for all their hard work. And the costume crew has made all of these costumes by hand, so we'd like to thank them. And our hair and makeup crews for being so patient with us. And the lighting crew, of course, they're doing a wonderful job. And we'd like to very much thank President Kahn for his vision and for all that he's done for the theater company to get us where we are today. I'd like to thank our wonderful director, Mr. Veenstra. Mr. Veenstra, do you want to wave or come up here or anything? Thank you. And for our most wonderful assistant director, Lisa Tuckey. Lisa. like to thank Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, for the talents he's given us and for helping us through this. And we just like to give him all the glory and honor for everything. We thank you for coming tonight, and keep us in your prayers. We have 6 more to go, so, and you're welcome to come back any night. So, and if you want to talk with any of us, we'll be up here.